Hi guys, my name is Broseph and this is the Road to Glory.
I close my eyes, I count to 10.
Hi guys and welcome back to episode number 10 of our Road to Glory series on FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. The 10th episode, so kind of like a special number. And what are we gonna do today? Well, Monday you saw me winning the draft, and today we're gonna build a squad. Well, I've already built it and I'm gonna show it to you, and it includes a massive purchase. So it's absolutely huge. He needs to perform or I wasted a lot of coins. But first, I've completed 2 of the daily SBCs for the Want to Watch SBCs. So let's open them and see if we can get any packs. I honestly doubt it. If we can get any good players. Oh, this is either a board or a walkout. Oh, it's a board. Okay, come on, be a good one. Italian. Okay, so it's not good. Center back. Serbi. No. Okay, we packed this guy yesterday as well. Romagnoli. He's worth like 1500 coins, I think, something like that. From a premium gold pack, that's nice. And now a small rare gold players pack. So this is like a premium, almost like a prime gold players pack. Come on, give me a walkout or a board. Come on. Okay, now it's going too fast. I don't think it's a board. No. Okay, sadly not a board. It's gonna be Ruben Neves for the 500th time. It seems like I'm picking the same players over and over again. Gelson Martins, is he worth anything? Oh, he seems to be worth like around 4k. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. I made some profit on this SBC. And I'll send them up to the transfer pile. Okay, so what I want to do, since I've now opened these packs, I wanted to show you guys the squad. Yeah, here it is. And as you can see, it looks really tasty. I've gone for a mix of French, Bundesliga and BPL, so like a multi hybrid. In goal, I went with Kepa. His stats are unbelievable. He just feels so good in game. It's really hard because if you look at the stats, and even if he has a basic cam style, so his diving goes up to 94, his handling goes up to 92, his reflexes go up to 95, and his positioning is 90, so that's already really good. But he performs even better than those stats suggest. He makes so many incredible saves, and I rate him even higher than, I think I used Ederson already, but I rate Kepa over Ederson. I think that he's an incredible goalkeeper. Then at right back we have Mbabu, who is a really tall beast. It suggests that he's only 6 foot, but I believe that he's actually higher than that in game. Maybe it's because of his hairstyle, but he's just so super tall and absolutely rapid with 91 pace, 82 physical and only 72 defending. And his passing and dribbling is a bit lacking as well. So I'm putting him on stay back and I've put a sentinel on him to really increase the physical, which is not really important because he's already really strong, but mostly his defending. To really get that stand tackle to 81 and get that interception up to 76. And his stamina is 91, which I really like, because then he can really continue to sprint even in the later phases of the game. Then next to him we have the center back duo of Jan Vertongen and Toby Alderweireld, the Belgian center back duo from Spurs, and also 2 former Ajax players. I think they have both been the captain of Ajax at some stage in the history. And I really like them so far. I've read that they perform really well this year because their pace, it's good enough. Like, it shouldn't be below 60. But pace for center backs so far doesn't seem to be like the most important thing, especially if you play on drop back with 2 or 3 depth. Then there's so much space, so little space behind the center backs that it doesn't really matter whether they're too fast or not, because they won't be caught out on pace too often. And especially their defending is sublime, especially if you apply an anchor style, which I've done. Look at the defending stats: 94 interceptions, 90 heading accuracy, 99 defensive awareness, which I think is super important in this game, 97 standing tackle and 98 slide tackle, also decent amount of physical, 94 aggression, 84 strength and 95 jumping. And since he's also quite tall, he is 6'2", then add 95 jumping to that, and he's a beast. Like, he won't lose any heading battles. The same applies for Alderweireld. 64 pace, amazing defensive stats, amazing physical stats. They're kind of similar to each other. I think that Alderweireld has slightly better stats, but Vertonghen is a little bit higher, so they really compensate for that. And I think that they're both a fantastic centre-back duo who really need to perform this weekend league. Then in left-back, I've gone with, which Mendy is this? Benjamin Mendy, who's 6'1" for a left-back. He's absolutely huge. Also quite good strength, like 79 strength for a left-back is really high. I've applied a shadow card to him because I think that he's not the fastest for left backs, especially since he's quite tall. He feels a bit slower, but I hope that the shadow card will really solve that problem. Then in midfield, I have completed Wants to Watch and Ndombele. I've completed all the objectives for that, which was really fun to do. And after I've shown you guys the squad builder, I will really go into more details what I think about the objectives, the SBCs, and the game as a whole up to now. I'm not going to play any games for today's episode, that will be back tomorrow probably, together with Division Rivals rewards. But I really want to discuss the menus and all the different entertainment, how should I call it, all the different features they've put in this game. I've completed the One Swords and Ndombele, who is now the same rating and the same stats as his regular card. And it looks really good. I'm using him as a stay back CDM. Oh, by the way, I show you guys, this is how I start. I'm gonna reveal the striker later. But in game, I'm gonna play 4-2-3-1. I'll show you guys. No, not this one, this one. I'm gonna play 4-2-3-1. And Thuram is gonna play over there. And Gnabry is gonna play... Okay, I'm gonna play like this, and Ndombele will be a stay back center defensive mid. And I've put on a sentinel on him to really increase his jumping and strength. Oh no, I've applied a, what is it called again? Backbone, I think. Yeah, I can't see it, but yeah, backbone. So his strength is increased slightly to 82, and his jumping as well. I've kind of also boosted his defensive stats, especially his defensive awareness and stand tackle have increased now, and his interceptions. I think that was really necessary if I'm gonna have him as my center defensive mid who really stays back. And I've also improved his passing because I think that my midfield just needs to pass really accurately. Like I said, passing is quite difficult in this game, and if Ndombele or Goretzka would lose the ball, that would be a bit of a problem. Then next to him in center defensive mid, I've gone with Goretzka. Like I said in previous episodes, I really rate him. I love him a lot. Like, he's quite tall. I think he's 6'2" in center defensive mid. And just look how well-rounded this card is. He has pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, defending, physical. He just has everything you want from a midfielder. And that's why I've also just kept him on a basic camp style, because I wanted to boost every aspect of him a little bit. He's a beast. I've paid 34,000 coins for him, but he's worth every penny. He's amazing, and I really want him to bump up and down the field. He's playing at center defensive mid, but I've kept his work rate at balanced. So, and I want Ndombele to stay back all the time, while I want Goretzka to also bump up the pitch a tiny bit. Then at the center attacking mid roles, on the right we have Gnabry, the German beast. Because he's now at not at his correct position, but like I said, I started in a 4-5-1 formation. But his stats are, you just gotta apply a little bit of stats to him. He has amazing stats. The only thing lacking on him is his stamina, but he's super fast, amazing shot, good passing. A spectacular dribbling, and he also feels stronger than 69 strength actually. And if you would play, and I've applied an artist chemistry style to him, which boosts both his physical and his passing, because I think those were the only two things lacking. Then at the left attacking mid spot, I think the only Achilles heel in my squad is Lemar. He was only 3,000 coins, I believe, 4,100 coins, not the most. Because he's not the best. He has nice pace, okay shooting, nice passing, nice dribbling, really lacking on the physical side of things. And it's also because he's only 5'7". He's really small. So, but yeah, I didn't really like Coman. So that's why I chose for Lemar, because Martial is too expensive right now. But I hope to replace Lamar as soon as possible. I just don't know with who just yet. And then at center attacking mid, I'm not yet sure which of the two players I'm gonna play at striker and which at cam. I'm still doubting between the two, but for now at cam I'm gonna play with Thuram, the French beast from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Amazing pace, quite good shooting. I've put on marksman to really increase his finishing. Excellent passing at the right. Like his passing is only 75, but he has 82 short passing, which I think for a cam / striker is the most important aspect. And 77 vision is okay as well. Dribbling is quite nice. His agility is a little lacking. That's why I've also applied the marksman, so really improved that agility to 74. 75 reactions and 74 composure is not the highest, but still I really rate him. He still seemed to really finish his chances in game. And physical, like look at that. With the marksman applied, 96 strength. He's a monster. Like you can't push him off the ball because he's 6'4". He's an animal. Because he's fast, he's strong, and he'll finish your chances. Like I said, he's only 17,500 coins. Go get him. Even if it's just as a super sub, make sure to go and get him. And now onto the most important part. And I'll now switch to a video I've recorded earlier. And here you can see me completing the last SBC. And you guys can already know that if I play at 4-5-1, that you need a Bundesliga striker. And yes, we've completed the beast. We've brought in player of the month, Robert Lewandowski. An absolute tank. He might not be the fastest, that's the only thing which I'm worried about. He has only 77 pace, but I've applied a hunter chemistry style to him to really improve that pace up to 87. And right now I'm going to put him in my team. And if I then go back to the 4-5-1, which is my original formation, which I'm gonna start in. Yes, then put him to the right, and put him to the left. Oh, okay, right, like this. Now you can see that my chemistry is 100, and this team looks really good. And for now I'm gonna start with Thuram at cam and Lewandowski at striker, but I might switch it around later. He's a beast. Just look at him. It's also, I think that if the screen is loading and you see this team, I think it's scary because it has both Ndombele, an inform, because it has a wants to watch, an inform, and a player of the month. I think it looks really good. I've chosen for the 4-2-3-1 because I think that I already said so last episode. It's a really secure formation because it has 4 defenders and 2 center defensive mids. So it offers a lot of defensive security, and I really rate that. And but I need to play slow with this game because there's not a lot of people up front. So I really need to improve my gameplay, which is going to be just play it slow. Like once I capture the ball with the defense, pass it into Goretzka or Ndombele, then push it upfield and wait for more players to get in and only pass it around a bit and then give that final pass. I shouldn't rush it because this formation is not made for rushing. It's not like a blitzkrieg kind of formation, which would be the 4-2-4, for example. So I really need to start to learn it slow, and I think that the 2 center defensive mids will help me with playing a bit more, helping me out in defense. If I get behind, then I'll switch to the 4-2-4 because I think that this is quite a defensive formation. So if I'm behind, I need to switch things around. Then I'll switch to the 4-2-4 with both Thuram and Lewandowski at striker, Gnabry and Lamar at the wings, and Goretzka and Ndombele at center mid. So this is the current team which I'm gonna take into Weekend League. I'm not gonna switch this team around. First day we do get division rivals, hopefully rank 1 rewards, maybe rank 2, but I'm aiming for rank 1. Then I might improve the squad a bit more, but I wouldn't know what area I should improve. So I think I'll leave the team like this and buy some super subs because right now I don't really have a lot of subs. Yeah, I have King and Martinez as offensive subs and Alan and Torreira as midfield subs. Yeah, Alan, I packed him. I mean, maybe I told this already, but I packed him as an untradeable in a 2-player upgrade pack, and he's worth 55,000 coins. It's a lot. And his card is super well rounded. Like, look at this. It's 75, 71, 78, 84, 85, 84. But because he's a little small, he's only 5'9", and he's not the fastest, like, so he's not like a Kante. I like him, but I don't think he should be worth 55,000 coins. But at the end of the day, he's untradeable, so I can't sell him, and he's a nice super sub to bring in the 60th minute. Okay, this is the team I'm gonna play with. Yeah, it looks really good. Like, if you would have told me like 2 weeks ago that this was the team I would be entering FUT Champs with, then I would have been really happy. I didn't expect to be this far in only 2 weeks. Then what I wanted to discuss for the rest of this episode is, both the SBCs and the objectives. I think the SBCs, which they've rolled out quite a lot of SBCs so far, not the most. And I think that they've been hitting some of the SBCs and that they've absolutely fucked up with some. Because, for example, this one's towards Saint Maximin. He's a really overhyped player. People actually rate him because he has 93 physical, exemplary dribbling, and his shooting and passing is not the best yet. But if he will receive a few informs, then that problem might be solved. But he's only 5'8". And on the other hand, this SBC is worth 95,000 coins for a 79 rated player. EA, what are you doing? It's like, and furthermore, he plays at Newcastle, so he might, and they are currently the 19th team in the league, so he might not even receive an inform throughout this year. And then you've wasted 95,000 coins on a 79 rated player. But EA they really aim at the people to create the FOMO, fear of missing out. People are like, oh, what if he receives a few informs and I've missed out? Then I need to do this card, and then you spend another 95,000 coins, you need more coins, you buy packs, and that's the way EA operates. But I think this is way too expensive. Just Martinez, 100,000 coins. For a striker from the MLS who is really hard to link, yeah, I think that's too expensive as well. Pookie, I do rate this guy. I do rate this SBC. Yeah, I've not done it because I think 25,000 coins for only an 84 rated striker is too much, and he would not be in my team now. So that's why I've not done him, because I knew that I would get better strikers than him soon, and 25,000 coins was a lot to waste. But I think that SBC is okay. For the rest, they've been, yeah, and for the rest, I think the marquee matchups up to now have been really good. I've been able to complete them for quite cheap and get some nice rewards for that. The normal advanced SBC, so hybrid leagues, hybrid nations, and league and nation hybrids are okay SBCs. They're the same as always, and I do like them. They take a lot of time to figure out how to build a puzzle, but I do kind of like that. But then the National Pride Advanced SBC. EA, what were you thinking? This is probably the worst SBC set I've seen up till now in every FIFA. And SBCs have been out for 4 FIFAs now, I think. And this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, when did they think that this was a good idea? You need 11 gold players. You need a 79, an 80, an 81 and an 82 rated squad. So that mostly means that you need gold players. But you can only use 6 from the main league. So from the Bundesliga 1, La Liga, Serie A and the Premier League. And then you have to use 5 players from the Bundesliga 2, La Liga 2, Serie B and Serie B and the Championship. And there aren't so many gold cards from those leagues, so they've risen drastically in price. Like, to complete this SBC set, it costs 140,000 coins. And you only get 130,000 coins worth of packs in return. So I think they've really, I think they've fucked up massively, and they have received a lot of backlash from this SBC set. I think if they would have made it 8 and 3, so 8 from the main league, 3 from the second league, that would have been okay. But 6 and 5, come on, yeah, you should have known that this wasn't a good idea. But overall, I like the SBC set so far. I think that they're doing fine. SBCs are always a valuable way to make money. They've also released some ones to watch SBC sets for like regular packs. For example, the 2 packs I opened at the start of this video were SBC sets from for just completing a small SBC. I rate most of them. They're quite cheap to finish, to complete, and I think that the rewards you get are decent. Only this one I don't get. You get a gold pack, like a 5k pack in return. Like I don't want to complete it. I think it's a waste of money because why put out an SBC just for a 5k pack? I think that's a bit bullshit. And then onto the very new feature of FIFA 20, which are season objectives. It consists of 4 different parts: season objectives, season progress, season objectives, milestones, and foundations. I've already completed all the foundations, which is a nice way to really get started with the game. But most of these objectives were already in the game the previous years. They always had some starter objectives, so I don't think that changed much, except that they now named it foundation objectives to make it sound a bit more fancy. But I do like it because for a lot of people it's really a good tutorial how you should play the game. Then milestones. I do like the system that they use. So 25, 50, 100, 200, 300 and 10 games for squad battles, rivals and champions. I think that's a really good idea, but I think that the packs you get should have been a bit better sooner, because if you win 25 squad battles, I've now won 24, but if you win 25, then only then you get a 2 rare gold players pack. If you win 25 matches, you get 2 rare players. Come on, EA. Needs to be a bit higher than that. They should have done this one at 10 games and then give a premium gold players pack. It's 3 rares, 9 commons. They given that at 50 wins. They should have given that at 25, I think. So they really should have upgraded the skill a bit. But I like the idea both for squad battles, rivals and champions. But except for champions, the reward should have been even higher. Like, it's the same. If you win 25 FUT Champions matches, then you get 2 rare players. Come on, I mean, if you win 25 FUT Champions matches, then you're gonna get loads of rewards. So you don't really need 2 extra players. Like, I think that the skill for that the rewards for the champions milestone should have been higher. But I do really rate the idea of milestones. I think it's nice because it really motivates you to keep on playing. And I think that is what I really need to continue throughout this whole season. Like, really continue to bring out objectives which really keep you playing the game, so it doesn't die out in January after the Team of the Year, which it always does. Then people return for Team of the Season and then it dies again. But they should really fill up this gap between Team of the Year and Team of the Season, and after Team of the Season until like the end of August. Season objectives. Yeah, there's so much potential with season objectives. I really like the idea, and I think that they've brought out a lot so far. Like this week they've brought out bronze, they've brought out 3 objective sets just for this week, or I think it was for 2 weeks. A bronze set, a silver set and a gold set, which I think is really nice. Because it really, for example, the gold objectives which I still need to do are Tower of Power, score a header in 2 separate rival matches using a player or players who have 82 or higher physicality. Objectives like this are really nice, because then I might actually put in an 82 rated a player with 82 physical, while normally I would not have. So I do rate it. The only thing I don't like is that for all these weekly objectives, they only give out EXP. Come on, for the group rewards, so if you complete bronze, if you complete silver, and if you complete gold, they might have added a small pack. Like, for example, 7.5k pack, like maybe a 5k pack, a 7.5k pack, and a 15k pack. Just small rewards instead of only EXP. But either way, I think that's really nice because it helps you to continue playing. Scoring goals is pretty obvious. I think that scoring goals in a certain amount of matches, I think it's almost the same as milestones. So you need to score or that you need to win. I think that these objectives look too much alike, but I still rate the idea. You have daily objectives, which so far has been the same every day come on EA, bring up something new. Only play 2 matches, win one match by a player. They've done that for every day now. It would be nice to see some different daily objectives. But mostly, yeah, and you get Salah's story and Hazard's story. Yeah, for stadium themes and tifos and EXP. Yeah, it's kind of the same like the objectives. It's nice to really, but then I first need to get a Salah because I don't have a Salah yet, so I can't use him. But I really rate these objectives. And then the most amazing thing so far has been the ones to watch objective. If you I've completed all these, was it 10 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 objectives. And I've completed all of them, and it was really a grind to complete this ones to watch and Mele. And I really liked it because I had to play squad battles with a certain team. I had to play rivals with a certain team. I really liked that. And you also got some separate. Here you can see you got a shadow style, a gold players pack, a jumbo gold pack. I want to see more of this EA. Just bring out an objective like this every week with like 8 objectives, some small pack rewards and a player reward at the end. I would like more of this throughout the whole year because I'm really motivated to get these special cards into my club because I already like this card as it is right now, and if he receives informs he will even grow. Cheers to EA for doing this. I really rate it. I like the fact that they did this. I think it's amazing and they should bring more of this. So I really like season objectives, but I think that they can do a bit more. Like there are not enough season objectives at the moment. I think that they need to bring out more with more pack rewards because it really motivates you to play this game. And last but not least, season progress is like your season pass, which you also have in most other games, like for example Fortnite and Rocket League. They also have the season pass, which I like. It starts really small with lone players, small coin boosts, tifos, stadium themes. I only need 1500 XP and then I unlock a lone Salah, which I can use in the Salah's objective, so I rate that as well. The only thing I do not like, which I think they could have improved, like, yeah, you need 100,000 EXP to unlock either a season Zaha, like a storyline Zaha, a storyline Tolisso, or a storyline Lucas Vazquez. And I've already played a lot, and I'm currently at 26,000 EXP, so that means that I'm only a quarter in. And once I get at 100,000 EXP, that will be in a few weeks from now, then I don't need these cards anymore. I mean, they would be nice to add them into my team right now, but in a few weeks, they're irrelevant. They're not good enough anymore. So I don't like the fact that it's only, that you need 100,000 EXP. They should have made it 50. That you need 100,000 EXP for cards which are good, but not great. So I think that they've missed the boat with that one. But maybe EA have something up their sleeve. Because what I'm really, really hoping for is the fact that they use Storyline Zaha as a name. And if you look at the season objectives, then you can see that there's Salah story, with which you can unlock a tifo, and Hazard story, with which you can unlock a stadium theme. What I'm really hoping is that you need one of these storyline players, so Zaha, Tolisso, or Lucas Vazquez, which I will probably choose Zaha or Tolisso. I'm not going to choose Lucas Vazquez, and that you can use them to complete season objectives, to complete Zaha's storyline or Tolisso's storyline, and that you get a better version of that player. So not a stadium theme or tifo or EXP. Come on EA, please don't screw it. You've got such an amazing opportunity here. Bring out a season objectives, which is like score 100 goals with Zaha to improve him to an 87 rated player. Score 300 goals with Zaha to make him a 90, to make him an 89 rated player, and score 500 goals to turn him into a 91 rated player. That would be insane. That would be like literally the best thing EA would have ever brought out, because that would have been a chance to upgrade your card, and that has never been in any sort of FIFA. There has never been a dynamic player system with which you can really improve a player by playing matches. Yeah, career mode, of course. Well, of course, career mode, but not in Ultimate Team. So I would love it if they bring out storyline objectives for these cards with which you can really improve the card. I really hope they have not announced that yet, and that makes me a bit afraid that they're not going to. But on the other hand, nobody has reached 100,000 EXP yet. It's not possible. Like, even if you complete all milestones and season objectives which are out now, then you can still not get to 100,000 EXP, so nobody has those cards yet. I really hope that EA decides to bring in a dynamic player system for the storyline objectives. That would be absolutely insane. That would make this game so much more fun, because then you would really continue playing with Zaha, or Tolisso, probably Zaha then, if you can improve him, to really get him to your 91 rated Zaha. How cool would that be? So if that is what they were planning all along, or that they might watch my video, or other YouTubers are, especially in the Pentas, are also offering this idea. If they do that, then cheers. EA, like, well done to you. If they do not do that, and it's just an 85 Zaha with which you can just unlock a stadium theme or tifo, then they've screwed up, because these players are not good enough for 100,000 XP. But I think that EA are on the right track with both objectives and the season progress. I really like the idea. I think that they can make a bit more, can get a bit more out of it, but it wasn't there yet, and I really like this as a new improvement. So well done to EA. So I think that feature-wise, it has improved a lot, this FIFA. There's so much to do, especially if they bring out the right objectives. The gameplay still needs a bit of improvement, but I'm not going to talk about that in this episode. And tomorrow I'll be back with Division Rival rewards, and I'll probably play one final game before I enter the Weekend League. But for now, guys, I'm out. Ciao.